Shalom, Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Barakatam, to the hopefully elect, and just back with a quick correction on my behalf on a precept I give out. Well, not necessarily the wrong understanding, but I gave out the wrong precept. Because talking about in the street teaching video that I just did on May 1st, Saturday, May 1st street teaching video, pretty much going in, the street teaching pretty much just touched on the fact of how Esau, we're at the end of his kingdom, man, and this is why he's getting ready to come down with that great wrath, because he's at the end of his kingdom. All right. And one of the precepts, because I meant to bring out this precept, but actually, because I brought out this precept in Psalms, and that was the spirit because I was watching the apostles and elders. I was watching the apostles camp video, and they brought this precept out, so it was a spirit, where is that at? Psalms. I think I read Psalms 104 and verse. I had brought up this precept because I was mentioning the fact that basically Esau, man, pretty much, his time he's fulfilled everything that he needed to fulfill. He's accomplished everything that he needed to accomplish. All right. Which is to portray the part of the wicked, and he's done exactly that. All right, because this whole earth is defiled, man. This whole earth is covered laden with wickedness. All right, so pretty much Esau, man, he's done what he needed to what he was created to do, and with that being said, man, hey, for the most part, Esau has ran his course. America has ran its course, and I was bringing up the fact that, hey, there was a boundary, there's boundaries that Yahweh Shemel Shai set up that Esau can't cross that boundary no matter how hard he tries, because he's gonna, Esau, he's not gonna go out without a fight. All right, he's not just gonna willingly give up his kingdom and his seated position. He's just not gonna willingly do that. All right. So this is why he's doing everything in his power to, keep his little raggedy kingdom while he can. He's going to do everything he can to prolong his kingdom. But nevertheless, all right. Again, because, hey, like I said, or like the scripture say, Esau, Yahweh Shemel Shai set up a boundary that he can't cross that boundary. And I had brought up this precept in Psalms 104 in verse 9. It says, "Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth." All right. And if I'm not mistaken, because pretty much, let me just read on down. I'm gonna start at the first verse, Psalms 104 and 1. It says, "Bless Yahweh, O my soul, O Yahweh, my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty." It says, "Who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flaming fire, who laid the foundations of the earth, that it should not be removed forever. Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At thy rebuke they fled. At the voice of thy thunder they hasted away. They go up by the mountains, they go down by the valleys unto the place which thou founded for them." And then here, verse 9, again it says, "Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth." All right. And basically, man, and this is why, it's good to sometimes sometimes, because one of the elder brothers, the elder Monatazak, You know, because he kind of brought this out because Jake, not all of the scriptures are deep, so to say. You know, not all of the scriptures, all the precepts have a deeper meaning and understanding to them. You know, sometimes you just have to read the context of like this particular precept. All right, pretty much, man, to get certain understanding on certain scriptures, sometimes you just got to read the context, and if you still don't understand, or if you're not 100% sure, then, it wouldn't hurt to, pray or meditate or ask brothers or whatever the case may be on the understanding. All right. Because in this context, when I brought this out in the street teaching, all right, like I said, it was wrong on my behalf because the particular bound in this precept is pretty much talking about, because everything when Yahweh Shai, or when Yahweh Bashim Shai, or I should say Yahweh Shai and the angels, the elect, when they created everything, because the Heavenly Father, he gave the blueprint, all right, and Yahweh Shai and the angels, the elect, all right, they actually brought everything into existence, and then when they created everything, pretty much everything was created, and it was created in order, in its order, and nothing, for the most part, all the ordinances, all right, the stars, sun, the moon, all right, everything that the Lord created, man, it's in its order, all right. It functions. It functions, all right, for whatever the Lord created it to do. That's what it does, all right. And just like the waters, the different oceans and stuff like that, man. Like if you go to the beach, man, and you see the tide coming in and coming out, all right. You see the water, rushing in, and then it rushes back out. All right. That's an example of, again, like I said, that's an example of, the creation of Yahweh Shemel Shai, being in order. All right. And it has to be like that, because if the Lord didn't give that commandment, all right, then the water, the oceans, the waters in the oceans, man, they will flood the earth. And of course, because the Heavenly Father, promised man that he wouldn't flood the earth with water again. So this is why, even the waters, man, they obey the commandment of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and even in their bound, they don't cross that boundary, so to say, and that goes for all the, creation of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Whatever it was, set up to do, that's what it does, because everything is in order. All right, talking about the different the elements, like I said, the stars, moon, the sun, all right, even the waters, all right, everything was created. Everything has its boundary, or has its set function, and it doesn't do anything else other than what it what it was set up to do. All right, and because again, just kind of touching on that, because like I said, I had brought this precept out, alluding to the fact that Esau, his kingdom, all right, the Lord set a boundary, that Esau, he can't pass, and not, talking about his kingdom, all right, because he's at the end of that kingdom, and he's not going to cross that boundary, not even a millisecond, man. All right, when he comes to, because there's a certain point, there's a certain time, there's a certain, all the way down to the millisecond, all right, where Esau, once it gets to that point, then the Lord's going to take him out of power, immediately. Esau's not going to pass a millisecond past the set boundary, all right. And I had brought this precept out, touching on that fact, when in fact this was actually the wrong precept, to the fact of what I was bringing out in the street teaching. So lucky on that. the precept that I actually wanted to bring out was this here in Job 14. Like I said, I was watching the apostles live, not the live, but the camp teaching, and they had brought this precept out, and that's when it had clicked. That's when the Spirit let me know that I had brought out the wrong precept with the wrong understanding, and this was actually what I was looking for. In Job 14 and verse 5, it says, "Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass." All right. So this was the precept lining up to what I was just explaining as far as Esau and his kingdom. All right. Because again, all the way down to the millisecond, the Lord has a set time to where, hey, this once Esau approaches, once he gets to this all the way down to the millisecond, all right, he's not going to pass that millisecond, man. The microsecond or whatever the smallest second is, all right, he's not going to pass it, all right, because again, hey, Yahweh Shem Shah set this boundary up that Esau he cannot pass, all right, because again, just bringing up different, just touching on how Esau pursued in Revelations 12 and 12, because the devil, all right, talking about the physical counterpart of Satan, not the spiritual demon Satan, but the physical counterpart of Satan, which is Esau, all right, the deceiver or the adversary, all right, the devil, knowing that he has but a short time, all right, this is why he's getting ready to come down with that great wrath, because he knows he's coming to this set boundary, all right, he knows he's coming to this time where, hey, the Lord's going to take him out of power. He knows this, so this is why he's doing all type of witchcraft and sorcery. All right, I brought it out, today, that I brought the fact out that, yes, technically it's still May 1st, but had brought it out how May 1st, man, this is pretty much, this is a very high, this is a very spiritual day, man, on the left hand for the wicked elites of the society, man. May 1st, this was when the so-called Illuminati was established, all right, back in 1776, all right. A lot of rituals and satanic things go down on this day, but not only on this day, but just during this time period. A lot of sacrifices and just wickedness goes on during this time period. And best believe that, hey, man, Esau, he knows that he's coming to the time that, hey, he's getting ready to be taken out of power. He already sees his kingdom being taken out of power. Here it is that the so-called UFO sightings are increasing more and more, which that's a sign of that's basically it's one of the signs of the end, man. As well as all the other signs and different prophecies and things that have to come to pass, man. Esau, he sees these things nevertheless, so he knows he's coming to this bound, so to say. He's coming to this boundary that he's not going to be able to cross. Because again, man, like I said, hey, Esau, he's fulfilled his purpose, man, which is to be the wicked. All right, the earth is polluted, man. All right, and it's time for this devil to go, man. It's time for him to go. But nevertheless, he doesn't want to go, and like I said, he's not just going to willingly give up his seated position. All right. But nevertheless, man, hey, this is why the scriptures talk about how pretty much this kingdom is going to be taken out violently. All right, America is going out in a very extreme, violent way. And again, because I'm gonna go to this and look for this real quick. Talking about the so-called Illuminati. Just look for this real quick and I'll go ahead and park here real quick, man. Because, like I said, man, I had brought up the wrong precept and the wrong understanding to what I was talking about. So, may Yahweh Shem Shah have mercy upon me for that. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this on the second backup channel. For the if you don't know, or for those that haven't gotten the message, I don't really I'm just taking a break, taking it easy on the second backup channel. I really just upload on the third and the fourth backup channels because the second backup channel already has, it has 1 or 2 strikes on it already, and after 3 strikes, man, that that's they terminate the channel completely. So I've just been taking it easy on the second backup channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and you'll see this on the second backup channel just for the fact that I will be uploading the street teaching on the second backup channel, as well as the third and the fourth backup channels, the other backup channels. All right. But I'll be definitely be up because, like I said before, I just use the second backup channel as of right now. I just upload the street teachers on that channel. I don't really upload all the daily lessons and stuff like that. You catch those videos on the other channels, right? Which like I often remind that the links to the other channels will always be in the descriptions, in the link descriptions. All right. But I'm going to get this in Isaiah chapter 1. Oh, Slakia, not Isaiah chapter 14. Isaiah chapter 14. All right. Because again, knowing that Esau, he's coming to the point of his end. All right. He's coming to that boundary that he's not going to be able to cross. Nevertheless, hey, being that Esau, he's deceived in his own pride. All right. That doesn't mean, like I keep saying, he's not just going to willingly give up his kingdom, and that's why the Lord has to take it from him via, by way of violence, man. Get this in Isaiah chapter 14, trying to just get to the point. Verse 12, Isaiah 14 and 12, it says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" All right. Again, talking about the basically the wicked elites of the society, man, the so-called Illuminati, which, like I said, May 1st, which is technically still today, but May 1st being the day that the so-called Illuminati was established, and then Lucifer just goes into light bearer, man. All right. Because hey, when you use the term Lucifer, man, people immediately equate it to Satan and wickedness. No, man. We're Luciferians on the right hand. All right. Yahushua was a Luciferian. All right. A Luciferian is it just means a light bearer, and Esau, yeah, he's a Luciferian on the left hand, and this is who this is talking about, Esau, because again, he's going to be taken out of his power structure. All right. The once mighty nation and kingdom that was feared on the earth. When you read this chapter, man, it pretty much goes into how this, I think this is the same chapter where it talks about how the hammer of the earth, the once big bad bully on the block, man, is become weak like the other nations, But I'm reading this in Isaiah 14 and 12 again. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" Again, this once mighty nation, man. All right, the big bad bully on the block has become weak as these other nations, man, because now everyone has nukes now for the most part. All these nations have nukes, man. But jumping down to the point where it talks about see if I can look for this, or it might not be in this chapter. What does it say, man? It talks about standing now without enchantments. Let me just word search this. Isaiah 47, that's what it was. Isaiah 47, and again, talking about Babylon, which is America. All right, I'm gonna read verse 1, Isaiah 47 and 1. "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Because I mentioned this before. Not only is America known as Babylon, but it's also known as the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, being that America, as far as like war and stuff like that, man. America really hasn't been conquered or invaded or anything like that, but soon America's cherry is about to get popped. All right, and she's not really going to be known as a virgin anymore, you know, virgin being untouched, you know. But America's about to get touched, man. You know, America's going to start getting invaded, you know, so on and so forth. All right. It says, sit on the ground. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right. So just brought that out just to show that this is talking about America. All right. Now jumping down to verse 12, it says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If be so, thou mayest prevail. All right. You know, because pretty much, man, again, you know, talking about these modern day, like I said in verse 1, you know, the Chaldeans, which, you know, basically these modern day wizards and warlocks and you know, you know, these mad scientists and whatnot, you know, because they deal heavily with with witchcraft. All right, like I said, you know, going back to this whole May 1st thing. All right, the day that the so-called Illuminati was established back in 1776, man. You know, the wicked elites, all right, the modern Chaldeans, all right, you know, because again, man, they deal heavy with witchcraft, and we're in the time where, hey, man, like I said before, a lot of you know, sorcery, a lot of enchantments are going to be, you know, a lot of spells are going to be casted out here, man. You know, and you know, it will behoove you to, you know, just to be on the lookout, man. Pay attention, keep your head on the swivel, man. You know, a lot of sacrifices and rituals go down during this time period, especially on this day, man. As I speak now, man, they're probably, you know, having the orgies and stuff like that, man. You know, because I brought it out in the street teaching that, hey, man, Biden pretty much, you know, subliminally, he didn't say it open and outright, but in this the meeting that he did, hey, he pretty much, you know, pretty much let the elites of this world, man, you know, these other elites know that, hey, man, you know, things are going as planned, man. We're gonna get ready to move forward with this you know, choose my words wisely, because basically Biden was basically saying that, hey, man, we're getting ready to move forward with this enterprise, man. You know, moving forward as planned, you know. And he just did this meeting yesterday, you know, right before today, May 1st. You know, so there's a lot of enchantments and things going on. All right. A lot of spells being casted and stuff like that, man. You know, it's been on my spirit lately to, you know, just burn some sage around my house or whatnot, you know, open the windows and let all the, you know, spirits and stuff out and stuff like that. You know, it's just been on my spirit to do so. All right. But nevertheless, man. All right. Again, why? One of the reasons why, you know, Esau, man, they do all these spells and enchantments and stuff like that, man, is because, again, you know, they know that their kingdom is going to be taken out of power, and they're going to do everything in their power to hold on to this kingdom. All right. You know, and this is why pretty much, man, hey, man, you know, they're being challenged, man, you know, pretty much, hey, man, you know, like the Jake and the TV show, man, with the what's that show called on Prime, Amazon Prime? Them, all right. You had the one, blackface Jake. What you gonna do? You know, that's pretty much, you know, how it's gonna be for Esau, man, when it's all said and done. Cause, hey, man, you know, when it's all said and done, man, hey, them spirits, man, they're not gonna do nothing. You know, because ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai controls both aspects. He controls all aspects. All right, the good and the evil. All right, you know. Little does Esau know, because like I said before, Esau, man, he's deceived by his own pride. All right. You know, he relies heavy on those witchcrafts, you know, them conjuring up all these demons and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's worked for a while because the Lord allowed it. But again, being that he's coming to the bound that he's not going to be able to pass, hey, them spells and enchantments, man, they're not going to be able to work, you know. And this is what, hey, man, the Lord's telling, hey, man, you know, go ahead and cast a little spells now. What you going to do? What you going to do now? You know? And the question is, nothing. They're not going to be able to do anything. All right? Because, again, Yahweh Shem Shai is ultimately, he's in control, man, of all things. You know? And once Esau, you know, once it gets to that exact day, time, you know, all the way down to the microsecond, all right, there's nothing Esau can do. All right, he's not going to be able to go over that boundary that the Lord set. All right, at all, not a second over. You know, but just you know, doing a correction on my behalf. All right, because like I said, I did bring out the wrong precept. According to what I was talking about, you know, what I was bringing about, and slack it for that, and again, may Yahweh Shem shall have mercy upon me for that. You know, but just wanted to bring this out on a correction on my behalf. You know, hopefully it was edifying. And this will probably more than likely be up before the actual street teaching. You know, it takes forever to upload, but you know, if you see this video, then you know you'll know it. If you'll more than likely know it when you see it. You know, because like you know when I brought it out in the street teaching, so you'll probably know it. What I'm talking about when you see it. You know, so again, man, hopefully this is edifying. Once again, all acknowledgement, all credit to Yahweh Shem Shai. Until next time, shalom.